Hello and welcome to our series Managing vSphere with DCScope. Today we will see how to calculate the exact cost of a VM or a project in 2 minutes. It is often complicated to get the exact price of a VM or a project. Yet this information is very important as it allows one to have a vision of control of the project, to compare its price to the public clouds, and it is useful for customer billing. Let's start by going to the Cost Management section, which is located at the top of the screen besides the user icon. To get the price of each VM, you have 3 costs to define. First, there is the fixed cost, which does not depend on the size or on the activity of the VM. You can define it globally if all your VMs have the same fixed cost, or you can define it for each VM by clicking on Details. Then, you need to define the cost of a giga of storage per year. You can define it globally or in detail for each data store, whether its associated disk is slow or fast. Finally, you need to define the cost of your servers. This cost takes into account every cost related to the servers, such as the depreciation of the equipment, VMware, or maintenance. You can define the ratio of the cost dedicated to the CPU and to the RAM. Here as well, you can define the cost globally or in detail. Once you have defined these 3 costs, you can know how much your VM or your project amounts for. To do that, go on the dashboard. There, you have a section about costs. With the parameter you just defined, DCScope can calculate the cost of your VMs in function of the allocated resources. If you click on Allocated Cost, you can get details for each VM. Finally, DCScope calculates how much money you lose because your infrastructure is not optimized. This number corresponds to the wasted cost section. That was how to calculate the price of your projects with DCScope. You can visit our website to download your 30-day free trial of DCScope.